Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Inshallah, this is second lesson in lessons related to finance. And like last time, we were motivating the topic. Today, inshallah, we will talk about the history of money, how money started, and how we reached the point we are in now. We have these papers, which is should be value doesn't have any value, but all of us put value on it. How we reach that point, inshallah, we'll talk about that today. So, usually scholars in the context we are talking about now divide the wealth to two types: al-naqd and al-ard. They divide it to, let's say, cash or money and commodities. Okay, so can you define both? Like, for example, someone is rich. When you tell him what is the wealth you have, he say, I have a company, I have a factory, I have some money in the bank, I have cars. He can, but all of this we can categorize them in only two categories: cash, money, and anything else, commodities. Okay. Can we define that money, naqd or cash? Can we define it? Imagine you are from Bangladesh. What is the currency there? Taka. You bring 200 taka and you come here. Give it to the shop. Shop will take or not? Not. So in Bangladesh it has a value. Here it is useless. Just a piece of paper. Okay? So what makes it like that? Why is there? But if you have 1 gram of gold in Bangladesh and you bring it here, people accept or not? It doesn't matter. So why? I can with this takas, whatever the amount, I can buy things, and with the gold I can buy the same things. So why people accept that but don't accept that? Okay? So al-naqdu or cash or money, historically it was gold and silver. Like all the history, most of the history of humanity, we have the coins of gold, coins of silver, maybe sometimes copper, to trade with it. But now we have the banknotes: dollar, euro, real, pound, whatever. Okay. So what is the definition of this naqd, or definition of cash, or definition of money? They define it, these people of finance, they define it like that. I'll say in Arabic, in English. ما لاقى قبولا عاما عند الناس كوسيط للمبادلة ومقياس للقيمة وسيلة للادخار. It is anything generally accepted by people as a medium of exchange and a measure of value and a way to save wealth. Remember this definition because we will use it a lot. First, anything generally accepted by people as a medium of exchange. Okay, I want to buy this mobile. I say 200 euro. He accepts euro, I accept euro. But I want to buy this mobile. Okay, I will give you one shoe and a tire of my bike. I don't need a tire. Okay, let's find. People don't accept that, but they accept that paper. So, generally accepted. A medium of exchange. Okay? And the measure of value. What is the cost of that? You say that amount of euros. You don't set amount of eggs, that amount of milk. Everyone can measure. This is some standard people start to know. And wasila للادخار, a way to save wealth. Someone is saving. He is saving in some currency. Let's put euro over euro over euro. But no one save egg over egg over egg. Or no one save bike over bike over bike. Some people can do, but this is not the general thing in people. So, anything, this word is very important. Anything people generally accepted as a medium of exchange, measure of value, and way to save wealth, this is become cash, become money. And the rules of zakah and riba go in that. Okay? Imagine we are living in an island, on some island, and we agreed that our currency is from, let's say, watermelon shell. If you make it big, it bigger. And we agreed on that, and it goes for years over that. So riba goes in that, and zakah goes in that. You maybe feel funny, watermelon or thing, but what we have now, you have what? piece of papers, from cotton or from what, and it has a value. Itself doesn't have value, but the trust make it has value. Okay, so the definition: anything generally accepted by people as a medium of exchange and a measure of value and a way to save wealth. This is become cash, and if it's like that, all the rules of riba, all the rules of zakat goes. Okay, good. So accordingly, modern currencies all come under this category. This euro you have. Imagine you removed the colors. How much you will sell that paper? Zero, nothing. But because of that color has value. So we trust it. I will come now. It has no backup at all. Okay. So I said we define it. So two things: naqd, cash, and the ard. Ard, anything else, commodities, cars, whatever you have. Okay. So we have two big categories because a lot of things will come after that. This, like we are establishing rules, lesson by lesson. So when you go the details and you say this is ard and this is naqd, you know the categories goes directly. Okay. So we are putting block by block. So naqd or cash is anything people accept to change of media of exchange and measure of value and saving bills. Ard, anything else. No one, like you can have very big house, but it is to live in. But if you start to make it business from houses, it become another zakah. Like we will talk about that now. Okay. Good. We talk about all of that. So let's start about talk about the history of cash we have now. Originally, or very beginning, people used to exchange, which is called bartering. Like, I need a piece of meat. Okay, I will give you 4 eggs and some barley. You give me a piece of meat. Okay, but I don't need that big problem now. I need a clothes. So he told me, give me meat, I give you clothes. But I don't have meat. So I go to someone, can I give you milk? You give me meat to give him to him. So it becomes so difficult. So Allah Azza wa Jalla guided people to gold and silver. And it is naturally, if in anyone, they accept gold and silver. So Allah Azza wa Jalla guided people, gold and silver, they can make some certain amounts, regardless the amount, gram or ounce or whatever, and the people accepted it. So you give me that piece, I know internally what is the value of that piece and how much meat I will give you according to that piece of gold. Okay, and it was going very well till recently. You can see this was going very well, but it has a problem. What is the problem? Imagine I'm rich. I'm traveling from here to Helsinki, and I have to take with me 3 kilograms of gold to buy a car, buy anything. So it is heavy. And maybe someone come with a knife, give me whatever you have. So it becomes difficult now. So it is good idea, we know, but when you travel, when you want to move it, it becomes difficult. Well, I want 2 kilo, but people maybe 100 kilogram. He want to buy 10,000 camel or something. So very old also, thousands of years. People come with an idea, which is brilliant that time, receipts. It started in China. This empire, it tell, okay, go to any point, give the amount of gold, they give you a written paper, you give us 1 kilogram of gold. Go any other city, to the same place, according to that, give them the paper, they give you the gold. Easy enough. That become bank note. It's a note. Note for what? You own some gold, you put in that place, which is after some time become bank, and the bank give you a receipt that you give us that amount. When you need it, just show that, we give you that. So it's the origin. That's why, till maybe 60 years ago, gold was backed up by, currencies were backed by gold. Like if you have $1, this dollar has some amount of gold in the bank. You can exchange it. Okay. So this is one thing. It starts by exchanging, then gold and silver, then the banknotes. Banknotes, which is the primarily idea of the currencies we have now. Actually, this also made a problem of riba, like, because this a side note. When you put and he's put and everyone putting, and now I have here, let's say 100 kilogram of gold, staying. Maybe they stay 1 year. So the shaitan come and say, why not to rent them? Why not to loan them? So I tell you, okay, I have 100 gram. I keep 50 gram, 50 kilo, and 50 kilo I will give. Because statistically, not all people will come to take these things at the same time. So I give you, you want 1 kilogram, take it, but return it 1 kilogram and 100. Then it starts, goes like that, and the riba goes. Like, you give people 200 kilogram, but you only have 50. So become problem. But this side note. Okay. So, all the time till, let's say, 19th century, 19th century, or 18, something like that. 1885, the 19th century. Okay, till 19th century, the Civil War of America, currencies were covered by gold. They have golden dollar and silver dollar. It was going nice. But when wars happen, then you need a lot of money. But you don't have. So what? Makes the paper machine working. A lot of papers. No coverage. And no one will investigate. So let it go. So in the war, like Civil War and World War I and II, separation happened between the gold coverage and the currency itself. Sometime it separated and come back again, and we will know that after some time it never come back again. So in World War I, people start to print a lot of paper without any coverage. That make a lot of inflation. Then you have the Great Depression, 1923, I guess 1923, 34, 1934 to 33, 34. Like, it become very bad. No one working, no money. Then they start to print again. Okay. In World War II, like, America has big storage of gold, about 50% of the 50% of the world's gold were in America. So after World War II, who win? America and its side. So they met in a place called Bretton Woods in America, like resort, and they put, let's say, the way the new world will be like that. So in Bretton Woods, America, but somehow it is the most strongest, is the strongest country now. It has nuclear weapon. For countries like that, all countries will put their gold in American Central Bank, and they will cover their currencies by dollar, and dollar is covered by gold. Okay, now it is not now strong because of the military capabilities. Now all the economy is connected to it. So if you want to buy anything, you need dollar. So if you need dollar, you have to go to them. So it's connected now. If you want to buy any service, you have to go to companies from there and give them dollar. So you need to find dollars. So it goes. This was Bretton Woods agreement. It was 1944, and dollar was covered by gold, 100%. Okay, and they put like that, and see the number now. You will be feel funny about that number. 1 ounce of gold is $35. 1 ounce, $35. Okay, so all countries will put their gold and cover their currencies by dollar, and dollar is covered by, and no one will look. We have the gold, we have the papers, we have the machines. Okay. Then United States promised that we will not print more than what we have from gold. It's all covered. Good. But America, after World War II, go to which war? Vietnam. And went to Vietnam from 1956 to 1975. And in war, you need money. But you don't have money. What to do? Let the machine work. A lot of papers. Okay. Now we have a lot of inflation and dollar become weak. Then what happened? France, the president at that time was called Charles de Gaulle. He sent the French fleet with millions of dollars and tells them, give us gold. The agreement say, if I come anytime, give you $35, you give me 1 ounce. Okay, I have now $120 million. Give me the gold. And become a problem. Because the dollars printed much more than this. So it become a problem. So in 1971, Nixon, the president of America at that time, he suspended that agreement. And in 1973, you can find it on internet, he come and say, no gold. Bah, finish. No gold. There is nothing, and we printed more than what we have. So people start panic, what to do? And see, this is the trust I was talking about. You cannot do anything. Imagine you own now $100 million, and now it become useless. What you should do? You will keep your trust in that. Because nothing else. If we all agree it has a value, it has a value. But it doesn't have any value. Just a trust. They call it fiat money. Now they call it now fiat money. It has no value in itself. It's just people trust it, and that's all. Okay? Then America, after that exactly, like Nixon shock was 1973. Between 1973 and 1975, America forced OPEC countries, OPEC, OPEC organization for petrol selling, like the people who do selling, production of petrol, forced them that petrol and all its products will be exclusively sold by dollar. So you need petrol, you cannot buy it by real or dinar or pound, dollar. And how you get dollar? You come to America again. So still in the cycle. Maybe 6 months ago, there was some discussion that they want to break that. They want to make the ruble of Russia and yuan enter, and America was very angry about that. Because this is one of the things that give it the power. You need dollar. And when you... China. Yes. If you need dollar, you connect it to them. Okay. So they call it petrodollar. Like see, petrol, dollar, connected together. So this is how we go from gold till we reach that point we are in now. So the money, because why I said that? Some people in some places say, if you have dollar, if you have euro, have pound, have daka, there is no riba. I can give you 100, you give me 200, no riba. Why? Because this is not gold and silver. It is nothing, just paper, and we trust it. Okay? So when we reach that point in the story, actually it is not back up anything, but the definition we put in the beginning put that thing. And according to that opinion, there is no also zakah. If I had 100 million, no zakah. Why? Because it's not gold and silver, and the Prophet says zakah is gold and silver. So you make riba and no zakah. Now you... Yes, fit. So the currencies we have now, it become independent cash. Like when we talk about cash, if you are talking about 100 years ago, gold and silver, nothing else. Now we are talking about independent cash. The category of euros, the category of dollar, category of real, category of pounds. This independent. We will come to that hadith in the future. Prophet ﷺ, he talked gold by gold, silver by silver, and mentioned some types, hand by hand, with the same amount. Like I give you 10 grams of gold, you give me 10 grams of gold hand by hand. Okay? I will give you 10 grams of gold. Can I take 1,000 grams of silver? Prophet ﷺ said, if the types are different, sell as much as you want, but hand to hand. So, same type to same type, you have two conditions, hand to hand and same amount. If the type is different, hand to hand, but regardless. So I can sell 1 euro for 200 taka. No problem. This currency I can. But I cannot sell 1 euro for 1.5 euro because this is new and this is old. This is I cannot do that. You got my point?
Value and scale changing.
Huh?
Value and scale is changing. So
Yes. But hand to hand. It will come. This hadith will be one of the main hadiths we are using in these lessons. So the cash we have now, it is generally accepted. All of us save our in that, and we measure what is the price of that amount of euros, that amount. So become independent cash or independent money. So all the rules of riba, all the rules of zakah applies here. Okay. And this, because people say these currencies are not covered by gold anymore. I told you the 1 ounce of gold is $35. Now how much it reached? 5,000 and then 4,000, around 4,000 now. Inflation goes. And this is also another thing. Some people, like these people who have some doubts, say, I want to put my money in bank and I want to generate money from that. When you say it, the one who been asked, he is not responsible to give solutions. He say it's okay or not. Solution, you ask economist or someone who understand that. Then you say, what should I do? Inflation will take my money. Here, the answer is that it is not my. We are living in a system, make us like that. Try to take yourself out of selfing, put your wealth in something which preserve value, in gold, in silver, in something preserve value. But these papers you have, like in some countries, let's say $1, let's say your example, $1 equal 100 taka. Their leader or something says the situation is bad, he make floating. Tomorrow you slept, tomorrow $1 200. So you lose to half of your savings because he signed a paper. But if you have gold, if you have silver, he cannot do it preserve. So if you have a problem with the system, take yourself out of the system. But you don't, because people say, what should I do? I cannot, I have been in the cycle. Then you start to cry because inflation and this system we are forced in. Try to find a way to take yourself out it, knowing the rules of Islam.
But also, gold still working with the US dollar, and it's really up to the American market. It goes up and down.
Still,
Yes.
yes, but compare. Take any currency. I'm talking his currency. His currency compared to dollar in previous 5 years, and the gold compared to dollar in previous 5 years. Currency going down and dollar, gold. You can't find fluctuations in small periods, but over years it is going. The trend is up. Do you think, like I remember 6 years ago when I get some gold for my marriage, 1 gram equal 600 pound. Now 1 gram equal 6,500. Now, so more than 10 times in 5 years. It means currency go up, down, or in euro also. 4 years ago, 1 gram of gold was equal to, I think, 60 or 65 euro. It reached up to 150 euro. Okay, so over a period, you find these things are. But I'm not talking do investment in that. It is not investment; it's saving. People say gold is saving and not investment. But let's go. Okay, now the last point here in this lesson. Scholars after this Nixon shock and like around this period, they have disagreement. What is these papers we have? How we can connect it to gold and silver? The Prophet ﷺ talk about and riba and this. Some of them say it is like receipt at the origin. This is a receipt of the gold we put in the bank. If I go to bank, I'll take. But this is very old. Some say it is like a lot of opinion you can read in the document. The opinion now it is what I said. The opinion most of the people now agree on. It is independent cash, independent money. You cannot say it is gold. You cannot say it is silver. You don't know. It is just a money. We agreed on it. And this lesson will be ended by something related to zakah, to connect it to the rule I said previously. We say that zakah, let's say, I have 10,000 euro and 2 cars and 1 house. Okay? We 2 cars personal use, 1 house personal use. And these things, the value of them 100,000. And I have 10,000 euro. Which one I have to pay zakah for? Money or money and the cars and the house? Huh? Cash only. Okay? That's why I said there is عرض and نقد. نقد, which is cash, zakah in it. As long as you have cash, liquid money, you will be zakah. Regardless what is the reason, you will be zakah if 1 year and nisab. But if you have عرض, and this عرض, you keep it for personal use, no zakah. If you prepare it to trading, like you selling a car to this, zakah come. But as long as personal use, or you like to keep this, no zakah in that. Okay? Good. So now we don't have gold. How we know the nisab? We say zakah need nisab and hawl. How we know the nisab? We have 3 opinions here. Nisab is the amount. If you have, you have to pay. Some scholars say, make it gold. Just make it gold, because of some hadith. Some scholars say, make it the highest of the 2 cashes. We have gold and silver. Make it the highest. Why they make it the highest? Because they said, if you are in the lowest, you are in doubt that you should pay zakah or not. But if you have in the highest, you aren't sure, you have to pay zakah. And last opinion said, take the lowest, fidda, silver. Why? Because this is beneficial for poor. 85 gram of 24 karat of gold. This costs around 7,000 euro. If you have 7,000 euro for 1 year, you have to pay zakah. But 595 or 600 gram of silver, about 700 or 800 euros. If you have 800 euros for 1 year, you have to pay zakah. So which one is beneficial for faqir, for poor people? Silver. Okay? So many scholars take that. Like if you have that small amount, pay zakah for that. Beneficial for faqir or poor people. Okay?
You also take gold, it's also okay.
It's another opinion. Yeah, like another opinion. But this is a nisab at the end. Like if someone has 3,000 with gold standard or nisab, he will not pay. With silver, he has to pay. If you ask myself, I'm doing with silver. Why? Because if I have 1,000, I will pay 25 euro. It is not a big deal. But it is beneficial for people and I'm in the safe side. I'm the safe side because I'm paying zakah all the time. But if I'm thinking about gold, I have 3,000, it become in doubt. Should I pay zakah or not? I take that opinion, but there is another opinion. So I take myself out of the doubt and they keep in the safe side. Okay? So there is some details I didn't say in the document because of the timing. But try to read them. And inshallah, from the next time, we will go a little bit deeper in the technicality. But I thought this story, I like it. The story how all the world is fooled and everyone now is in the system and you cannot go out of that. And I like also to know history of something you are using. So when you know the history, you know why you are in that step. And also, but I will not talk in that, maybe in the end of that. From that history, you can know why scholars still now don't have a solid opinion about bitcoins. Some people say it is accepted currency. Some say it is sort of gambling. Some say, why? Because they want to take it to something standard. But there is no something standard like that. So they take time. Like they take time in these currencies we have till they agreed. Still, some say Bitcoin is normal currency. Because according to the definition, if all people agreed, people save money in it, it is okay. Some people said, but the price can today and tomorrow be double or halved. So it's sort of gambling. So still they are, every like side has his own opinion and they don't know what to do with that. So but we can somehow understand it will go at the end to be normal currency at the end. Okay. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك جزاكم الله خير.